The English Star Nomad, Chapter 2, Whispers Across the Steppe. Batbayar was 9 when the first snows of the year fell early, painting the grasslands in pale frost before the marmots had even gone to ground. The goats pressed tighter to one another at night, their soft grunting rising like a sleepy chorus around the camp. His chores grew heavier with winter's early breath, hauling buckets from the frozen well, breaking ice with a metal spade, rubbing the bellies of newborn lambs beside the stove to warm them. Still, every night, after the fires had dimmed and the air turned to glass, Batbayar listened. The radio, now his most sacred possession, lay tucked in a blue deal under his bedding. He had learned to twist the dial just so, coaxing a distant whisper from it. At certain hours, just after midnight, a man's voice spoke from a place beyond imagination. "This is London. You're listening to the BBC World Service." Batbayar didn't know where London was, but it felt like the voice was speaking only to him, threading across continents to the heart of the steppe. He repeated the words slowly, mimicking the strange rhythm. "This is London." Sometimes he scribbled the sounds phonetically into a sheepskin notebook he had begged from his mother. He didn't know what the words meant, but he knew they had power. During the day, while tending the herds, he'd whisper phrases into the wind. "Hello, good morning, my name is Batbayar." The horses, ever his patient companions, listened without judgment. "I am Nomad. I am Mongol." When he practiced near the goats, they would bleat mockingly, and he'd stick out his tongue. "You try speaking English with no teacher and see how you like it." The older boys laughed at him. "Are you talking to your horse again, Anglian coo?" they jeered. "English boy." But he didn't mind. Not much. Not after the night he dreamed the English star had blinked at him in approval. One afternoon, he traded 2 jars of sheep milk yogurt to an old herder named Jargal Saikun for a tattered book with faded blue covers. "English textbook," the old man croaked, handing it over like a sacred artifact. "Found it in my nephew's box. He went to Ulaanbaatar and never came back." The book was water-damaged and reeked of dried mutton, but Batbayar cradled it like treasure. Inside were lists of words and matching pictures: apple, alma, horse, moor, house, gare. He copied every page by hand into a notebook until his fingers cramped. He began naming the horses in English. His favorite bay stallion became Storm. A calf with a limp was Cloud. The dog, a one-eyed terror, was Captain. His grandmother watched him silently for weeks, then finally asked one morning, "Are you trying to speak to the spirits or foreigners?" Batbayar grinned. "Both." One evening, when a neighbor's battery-powered television flickered to life for a rare film screening in the winter-gathering tent, Batbayar sat cross-legged in the back. The movie was foreign, American, loud, and full of explosions. The others laughed or scoffed, but Batbayar sat spellbound. He could catch words now, not many, but enough. "Hello! Danger! Run!" Each word was a victory. When he returned to the juror, he whispered the new words into the night. The fire crackled, the wind outside shifted the smoke flap, the horses stirred, and high above, the English star blinked steadily, as if listening. He would tell its stories one day,